Good evening, good evening. Sorry about the little delay we had, but we all good now. Today is Monday, May 12th, Gamers DMZ. We have our panelists here, Jazzy Moto.
Hello, everybody.
Good, good, good. Sir Rich.
What up, what up? You're a little bit low, Sir Rich.
Let's say
What
you
up?
there
What up?
somewhere.
There you go.
There-
Good.
yeah, and of course me, Double M. And last but not least, the one.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope you ladies had a great Mother's Day. Those who are mothers and those who are not mothers celebrated their mothers for Mother's Day over the weekend. Let's not forget that. Again, everyone, thank you for joining us this weekend. I mean, today for gaming, and let's talk about the gaming news. And to get started again, apologize for being behind schedule because that's just not something I like to do. But crap happens, and I don't mean crap gamer. With that being said, um, let's see what everyone's been playing, and let's start with you, Jasmodo. What have you been playing?
Um, Mostly just Cyberpunk. Um, a little bit of PUBG, and what was that? That musical Tetris game. And I think that's about it.
Interesting. Okay. OG, what have you been playing?
See, I'm still stuck on Clear Expedition. Oh man, that game, it's hard. But it's
Stuck being
fun
trying to
game.
get past the part, or stuck trying to just still playing?
Just playing. They
And
need
are
more stuff like on the maps to show you when you lost.
you playing
I
on the
think they
handheld,
should put that
aren't
in
you?
the next patch. Huh?
You playing on the
What
handheld,
was
aren't
that?
you? You playing it on the handheld, aren't you?
No, I'm playing it on the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing it
Okay.
mostly on the Xbox than on the handheld for sure.
Okay.
But it's good. I mean, it's good. It's excellent actually. Um,
That's what everybody says.
and oh yeah, it's gonna be a game of the year contender.
Everyone says that
And that
too.
sound yeah, and the soundtrack is banging. I love the soundtrack. Um, oh, Final Fantasy 16. I've been dabbling in that on PC.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I played it on the PlayStation for about 2 hours. It's pretty cool, but I didn't pay for it, of course. It was like I think you get what 5 hours of free play, and I played it. I'll probably get it if it comes to the Xbox, if and when it ever does. But anything else?
And that was it.
Okay. What about you, Sir Rich?
I was got into some 7 days to die.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
edit.
um, um, mostly I was playing that first Berserker. I'm all up in that game, man. First Berserker. I turned on Resident Evil 2 for a little bit, the remake, and Tetris Effect connected. Really didn't
Okay.
play a whole lot extra. I was really in that first Berserker because I'm waiting to see what people got frustrated and quit on. So pressing through it.
Shoot, it sounds like you further along than a lot of people, if you ask me.
He is.
I think
Anything else? Or that's it? That was it.
oh, that's it. I focused more on the first Berserker because I was trying to beat it
Okay.
because I know the next game finna come out. Doom.
70%, 80%, 90%.
Uh, let me look at the achievements. It said I think I'm at like 30 something out of 40 something achievements.
Oh, you almost done.
Yeah, like I'm pretty far. Let's say I did 50%. I got
Okay.
33 trophies, 33 out of 57 achievements.
Yeah, you're almost done. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? So that's it.
Oh, that's it. Like I say, when you
Okay,
get to the final stretch of a game, you got like hyper focus on it.
true. Let me see. As for me, Call of Duty, I've been playing that like crazy. Well, not as much as I used to. Uh,
I want to play that,
Elden
but
Ring.
I
I'm
think we
getting
need to
on
get the
Elden
team.
Ring. Yeah, I'm on Elden Ring playing with people, helping people along the way because I think I'm liking boss battles,
That's
and I'm
always
trying.
fun.
Yeah, that is. So I try to get on and do boss battles. Just and you get the rooms with it, the great rooms. So that's a good way. At least you're not wasting your time. I mean, you're not wasting your time helping people either, but that's a good way to get the great rooms. And I'm playing Oblivion, and that game is long, and I've streamed that for a hot minute. Friday or Saturday? I don't know what it was, Saturday or Sunday. No, I didn't do it yesterday because I was out a good portion of the day. So yeah, Saturday I think I did, and I played that a little bit, and that's about it. And let's see, that's it. I didn't play anything else. And let's get to our topic since we're a little bit behind because of me. Um, Last week, right? That seems like all the good news pop off the day after we do our podcast. But needless to say, what did you guys think about or Mafia, the old country launching? I think it's at $49.99 in the beginning of August. What do y'all think about that? Do you think, for one, let me ask it another way. Did you like the way it looked? Did you play any of the Mafias and beat any of them? And did do you like the look of it? And do you think they're being consumer friendly? OG.
Of course, I beat the first one. The first one, and I'm almost finished
So
with
you
that third one.
so you beat Mafia
Yeah,
one,
I beat
two,
Mafia one.
Mafia one, which is the first, and two went back to Italy, I think. Because I got to play that one. Oh no, the two is yeah. Then I got to and I played three. Three is in New Orleans based, so I didn't beat that one. So what did you think
Yeah, I
about
didn't like that one
it? Did you
either.
actually? I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish the Mafia they just made, the Mafia three, followed in the same vein as the regular Mafias instead of the. To me, this Mafia three tried to be like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. More mission
Yeah, that
based.
kind of
Not that threw me
that
off. I'm
action.
like,
Yeah, it threw me off my stride because I was following the story in three.
right,
And you had to
right.
start doing all that running around, and it
And
was
then
like
that just
it threw me
destroyed
off.
the right.
Yeah, it kind of took me out of the game. I think that happened to a lot of people too, because I don't know nobody who beat
I don't
it.
think anybody beat that game.
Yeah, and
It's a lot
it
of
was good. It
grinding.
was going along good.
Yeah, a lot of grinding. Exactly.
Yeah, but this one, I mean, from what I read, it sounded like it's going to stick to the story.
Yeah, did you see the video? I think Jazz, it's very linear, which for the Mafia game, I wanted to stay like that. Like the original. The first one, I liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
and it's telling a good
I
story.
liked the first one. It's a good story. I liked it a lot. And it kept me. If a game can keep me to beat it within a certain amount of time, I'm like, okay, that means it keeps me engaged.
Yeah, that
That's
first
how I
one
feel about it.
kept me edging on.
I wish Indiana Jones kept me like that. It didn't.
Because Indiana Jones is, yeah, I can see your point making it, but Indiana Jones is that same way, almost that same vein of doing X, Y, Z, and you got to do this, you got to capture this, you got to find this. It's solving the puzzles. They tried, and I see why they did it,
Make you
but
stay
it could have been,
focused.
yeah.
Needed a little bit more action. A little bit more action.
But see, I think that's where Indiana wasn't about all as much action. It's about sneaking, solving, which I think they tried to play. They were in a trying to, it was they were in a very delicate place trying to do both and make sure they keep true to indie without turning it into a game.
Yeah.
But okay, so Serge, what about you and Mafia? Did you play any of them? Did you like any of them? Do you think it's
I
consumer friendly?
have a hard time getting into all of them. I don't know.
Even the original?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Because I played the originals back in the day on
okay,
PlayStation when they were clunky. I haven't tried them redone. So,
okay.
because I remember the driving and it was just real hard for me to get into that originally.
Oh,
I don't think I.
the drive was horrible. I mean, it was no. Let me not say horrible. But when you played, it was probably horrible because I can
On
imagine playing
PlayStation
on the
2,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say.
On
The drive.
PlayStation, whenever it came out, it's been a minute. I can't remember what it came out on, but yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Especially like how you had to follow the rules of the road, like for real, for real.
But do you think it's a value? I know I'm gonna get it because I liked it. I liked the original ones. Three
If
is
you like it,
okay,
I say go ahead. Like I said, like you
but
talked me into buying the pack when it was $10, so
it was
I'm
only
giving it
right. And
another try.
I mean, I think you should give it a try because it's fun when you actually. Mafia 3 throws you off your game. That's all I can say. I wish Mafia 3 was like the first two.
And see,
The
that's the
only thing
only
I
one I played. 3.
oh, you got to play the other two
Yeah,
because
and I
the
keep
only
hearing that.
yeah, yeah, you got to play it because they're totally different. And OG played it, but like I said, in the Mafia, I did not like the ending. If that ending sent me to the moon, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
See, and I didn't
Are you-
finish it. Like, I was enjoying
Yeah,
it. I keep saying I'm gonna go back because part of me really did enjoy the story, the time period.
yeah.
But it did
Well,
feel very Grand Theft Auto-y.
ye- yeah, it's gonna pee. It's gonna pee you. I mean, the what was it? The first one, yeah, the first one when you finish that and beat it, that was from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and I just right before World War II, World War One or World War II. But anyway,
real quick to
that one is,
real quick to
yeah,
answer Sir Rich's question. That first Mafia it came out on 2002. Just had to look it up.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the PS2.
Hmm.
Yes, PS2.
Okay.
It's been that long, huh?
I knew it was one of the early systems. I just didn't know if it was one or two. Two felt right, but you know how that goes.
Okay. Do you guys know how much the game costs?
Was it $100?
No, that's the funny
$80.
thing.
Was it
Okay,
$50?
everybody, 49.99. That's why I said if they being consumed. When that price of that game came out, I'm like, really? 49.99. And that's a Take Two game, which is amazing because Take Two is part of Rockstar. I mean, Take Two is expensive. They try to charge you for everything. So 2K,
Well, they
anything
tried
2K,
try to stay consumer friendly.
they are a disco round.
Some companies still is trying to stay customer friendly.
And then they say that about them when they put out Grand Theft Auto 6 for $100.
I said some
Well,
companies. If
that's
they in the loop,
Exactly.
then that's one thing. If they outside, that's
because
another.
they're the same company. That's why I was shocked. I'm like, really? 40? I'm gonna buy it. Definitely
Well,
buy it for
just
$49.
just like everybody else, they got their different teams. So,
True, true, true. Because that's Hangar. I think it's Hangar 13 does that.
Hmm.
and the corporate interest is definitely on GTA, especially after
Yeah.
5. Oh my goodness, they like we can just it's just like a mint for them. Print money.
And for the life of me, I just don't get it. Because I'm always from a analytical point of saying 1 + 1 = 2. And I just don't get it. I just don't. It does not math out to me because I don't see how people like that game.
Well, you don't like the premise of creating crime, so.
Yeah, that can be true too.
I think the
You
funny
know,
thing. Well,
yeah,
then how do you play Mafia though? But how do you play
and yeah,
Mafia?
but see, that's no, but it's a different
Cyberpunk.
portrayal. Yeah, yeah, it's a different portrayal. Okay, let me give you like if you like certain things like I was playing Elden Ring and I'm trying to farm some chicken fowl feet or whatever those things are called. Fowl chicken feet to
What?
create chicken fowl feet, whatever it's called. It's chicken fowl feet or whatever. In jazz and service, you know what I'm talking about.
I
The
don't know what
golden,
chicken.
yes, you do. The fowl chicken feet or whatever you from
Foul
farming.
chicken feet.
Oh,
When you
wait a
Yeah,
trying
minute.
to do
The
this
feet.
yeah,
multiplayer thing,
Are
when
they
you
the
yeah,
trying to do
feet?
the multiplayer thing,
yeah.
Because
The
there's
feet.
feet that gives you more runes.
Right. So you got to get
yeah,
you got
Okay.
right. Yeah. So you get the chicken fowl. But anyway,
Oh, the
yeah,
chicken
it's a
feet.
you got to
certain
get the
place.
feet and then put
Yeah,
the stuff in them and
yeah,
make the
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So
Wow,
you gotta.
you get feet.
Yeah, yeah. It's stupid. But
Bro.
my
The
whole point
game
of
is
making it,
weird.
yeah,
Until you play it, you will
yeah,
understand
yeah,
things.
yeah.
It's
You
just
gotta play
weird.
it. So you making the chicken fry, whatever it is. But anyway, if you go to a certain spot and it's this ram, male ram, and the rest of them are the other rams, female ram. The female ram. The male ram always charging me because he wants to protect his territory. So I'm like, I don't want to kill you, but you
Sound like
come after
Monster
me every
Hunter.
time, and I just kill him. So my whole point is, but I don't like. No, I don't like killing anything really. But that being said, but as far as Mafia, in my opinion, like I said, it's a good game. I liked all of them. That three is the hardest for me. This one I'm definitely going to get. I'm trying to get it day one. Just depends. It's the 1st of August, and I think that's a great time for a game to come out because it's like the low time before the high time comes. So I'm definitely going to get it. I don't think it's going to be more than an 8 to 10 hour game anyway, which is good for me because I have a lot of games I want to play. So we'll see. But I just think they did it at a good time, and I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to premiere in the top, at least in the top 10 on all the consoles
Do you?
and PC. Yeah, top 10.
Do you
I
like
really
that
do.
setting? Do you
It's
like the
I like
setting
the
of
I like the setting
since
and the gameplay. I like the setting and the gameplay. I
okay.
really I really liked Mafia. I mean, some of the going back and forth got repetitive, but they told a good story, and you were immersed in it, and you understood what happened. That's why I said at the end of Mafia, I got peed off at at the end of the Mafia. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, let's get to the next
It was
topic.
still good though.
It was very good, but I'm still don't mean I can't be pissed at it. I was very pissed. Don't lie about that.
Just because the game was good, don't mean you gotta enjoy the ending. Jazz will tell you
That's true.
that about
That is
a
a
Dead
100%
Island.
fact.
What game was that you played recently?
Uh,
Your Dead Dying Light
shoot,
playthrough.
Dying Light and Cyberpunk. Both them endings kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Yeah, so
about
it's
Gears
looking like
Reloaded? What about speaking of August and games coming up? Last week, everyone announced Gears Reloaded coming, which was a game that everybody knew about. It was rumored to be coming. It was the worst kept secret in the world. So now they mentioned it coming out for what, 49.99 on all systems. What do y'all think about that? It's coming to the PS5. So I guess I remember
is it
Surge and Jazz.
49?
You guys,
I didn't
Surge and
want it to
Jazz.
go. Some things we should
Yeah.
share.
What happened?
Master Chief, or not Master Chief, look at me. Gears going to PlayStation. Marcus, they taking Marcus. And Dominic.
Marcus
I
Fiend.
I
mean,
Marcus!
felt that
sir,
was gonna come a long time ago. Of all of it, I was like, because
me and Serge talked
Gears is the one that can play on multiple systems. Like it really
That's why.
doesn't
It
have an
No,
can.
and,
identity.
and it's the multiplayer. That's the thing about it. It's the multiplayer. And I think at this point in
Multiplayer is
time,
so dope. Like, oh man, I want to play one again with the multiplayer. I'm like, let me get it.
Shoot, Gears is
Let
here's
the
me
the
touch
thing.
game
it.
that made me want an Xbox back in the day. Because I used to go to my friend's house and play it. I was like, nah, I'm getting an Xbox because of Gears.
Well, as far as I'm concerned about it, and in the beginning, I had problems with it. But as you look at the market and see how things going, I will actually hop back in it for 5 minutes. That's it. Now, if it's all new achievements, I'll probably play it over again. If it's not new achievements, I have nothing to do with it, really. 'Cause, I mean, graphics look good, yeah. But if I get new achievements and I can go through the campaign, say what?
I'll play for new achievements.
Yeah, if it's no new achievements, well, why do I care? I mean, if because I remember Jazz and Surge, you guys are really into multiplayer with that because I remember y'all playing it. So if you can play with PS5 people, I don't think the people who play on PS5 that just get introduced to it and never play the Gears, they're not going to get used to that movement really quick because they're going to think it plays like a first-person shooter, and Gears does not play like a
True.
first-person.
Nah.
It's a
That
different
thing feel
animal.
weird when you first
Ye-
touch it on
Exactly.
multiplayer. You got to get
Right.
used to it because it's off
Right.
to the right. It's not center
Exactly.
mass. It's like you shoot off to the right.
I would be curious to see a PlayStation fan playing it for the first time.
That's
I
my
would love to
point,
see
and
videos of that.
that's my point. And if they think they're going to get up, and unless it was an Xbox person playing it, they should not play a person on Xbox and PlayStation because
Oh, that'd be
people on
fun.
X that people on Xbox are already used to the mechanics of Gears, and if you just starting in that takes a little time to get used to that. The bending over, the shooting,
Shoot,
and
the reloading,
gunplay.
the
Yes,
timing.
the reload, the
Ah, it's
timing.
jammed.
Yeah, jamming. So we'll
And to
see.
make it so bad, it's like muscle memory to you, you know?
Right.
Hmm.
It
For
takes you.
us, it's like
Yeah,
muscle memory.
it is. Once you get it back, you'll take a couple of minutes. You can take like 30 minutes. You're like, oh, I remember all this. Not even that long. But for them, it's going to take some time. So I hope they're not introduced to multiplayers thinking they're going to go into multiplayer and say, okay, I'm going to take on some Xbox people. They are not going to like the. And then again, the other thing is that in Gears, you can kind of pick your team. Remember?
Yep. Switching
Yeah.
sides and all that.
Yeah, you pick your team. So
Shoot, decide
you
what
see,
hallway you want to go down too.
yeah, and you see the Xbox people that you want to go play with, and you play with a bunch of PlayStation, they're not going to get it as quick. They're going to be peed off. But getting back to what I think the reason why they're doing this multiplayer game, they need more gamers, and if the PC players will get back in it, and everybody will be merged as one. And if they turn it around to say, and this is only the first Gears,
A
yeah,
percentage. Let me get a
they just get
percentage off of that.
they just making money over again. And if you on the Xbox with Game Pass, if you own it, guess what? They give you
Yay.
all the enhancements for free. If you're in Game Pass, you get it anyway. So
Yeah.
the game is over what? 20 some years old?
2020. We looked it up. It's
20.
20 years.
20.
It's
Wait a minute. Years.
2006.
Oh wow, that game
Googa mugga.
almost
Googa
20.
mugga.
We looked it up earlier.
So are you kidding? The game came out in but that was the game when that came out for the Xbox that kicked butt. The Xbox
Yeah.
360. That
Yeah.
and Gears was like I'm kicking butt and taking
But
names.
that's why I was like, another reason why I was like, I would rather more people enjoy this experience. It's a 20-year-old game, and they
It's a 20-year
redoing it,
right,
See
right.
how
and they
And so
relevant it
redoing
still
it
is.
so they can get it. So come on,
that's a
and that made people
whole
because what that made people get people to buy an Xbox because E-Day. What if E-Day is exclusive?
if it's E-Day is exclusive, which I don't think Microsoft is going to do that, but I think E-Day should be exclusive,
Well,
at least for
they got like 5 other games to go through before they got to get to E-Day. PlayStation
that's
folk got
true.
to catch up with the story before they could get
But-
E-Day. So
Yeah, that's true too. But I think Microsoft overall plan is like, hey, see all the games you paying for, go to Game Pass. And I think that's their play. That's their play.
Yeah.
Because somebody that has
Yeah.
a PlayStation can say,
Like,
you know what, I have an LG TV, I have a Samsung TV, or I have a PC.
yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. But
If
I don't. I mean,
Peppy out there, he definitely will say that because he was telling us about how he bought Forza and he got the $100 version. I was like, oh,
ain't no way we
Woo-wee.
paid 50. Wait a minute, we paid what? Oh, wait a minute. Game Pass was out when that came out. We didn't pay
Yep,
anything for
we
it.
ain't pay anything. We just
Oh
played
my
it.
gosh.
Just played it.
Yeah, you want some money?
And they so thirsty for games over there. They
Yeah, I
charge you
know. The
$100.
drought. It's funny how the world is, isn't it?
Look at
It's
the
funny how the world
comparison.
is. Meaning that uh,
But he said it was worth it.
brokers.
He's loving it. So it was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm not.
man,
I
I
don't
can
think it.
understand how y'all can love Forza. This game is awesome.
But the point I'm making is like, it's funny how time has changed. Where last year, a couple of years ago, they were saying Xbox has no game. Now Xbox has too many games. And what can you say
Ooh,
about that?
It's a wonderful life.
It's a wonderful life. That's a get. You hit the nail on the head. It's a wonderful life. Exactly.
It's the life of that they can't understand playing games earn you games.
Y'all
That's the
serious?
funny thing.
People cannot understand that. They think it's a lie when you say it too. A lot of people think you making it up.
yeah.
A lot of people think you
Looking at
making
the
it up.
screen.
Like, what
That
do you
was
mean you get money from your achievement points?
yeah.
They believe it now that PlayStation is doing it, but I'm like that's like how many
PlayStation.
years ago was that?
PlayStation
20,
is not doing
23 years ago
it.
that Xbox 360 initiated that?
Yeah, PlayStation ain't doing that. Nobody is doing what Xbox is doing. I think Microsoft does not do a lot of.
Oh, I missed that
They
Microsoft.
react the wrong. I mean, they act late on a lot of things, and it always bites them in the rear end to play catch up. But they are so far ahead in so many ways. They just don't know how to capitalize off their mistakes. They don't they're like Google in some sense of saying, well, if it don't work the first 5 minutes, I'm done.
If PlayStation had some bomb exclusive like they had back in the day, and they have these IPs, all you have to do is make them. If you put some money into actually making, like getting a team of people who actually enjoy games, because you can't go money hungry. You have to make games people enjoy.
Well,
The
here's the
passion.
other thing you got. Well, they did that. That's why their games cost $300 to $400 million to make, and they didn't sell like they wanted to. That's one of their major mistakes. They spent all their money. That's why they're making
Because they was trying to go
remakes.
too big.
No, they were trying to stranglehold Microsoft. And I was listening to another guy, and you can blame PlayStation for Microsoft buying all these companies, and people are mad at Microsoft. I'm like, you put
They
them in a
created the monster.
position. There you go. They created this monster, and with this current administration, I'm gonna predict something. They're very business friendly. I'm not going to get into the political side. I'm just going to stay on the business side. They're business friendly. And I'm going to make a play and I'm going to predict something. I don't know if it's going to come through. The next major firm Microsoft is going to buy is going to be a Japanese company. And you know why they're going to buy it? Because they're going to say, we own nothing in Japan. And under this administration, they would have a problem with the Japanese government blocking anything an American company try to buy in Japan. So say for instance they go after Capcom or Sega. Those are the only two companies I want them to buy. But if they
So you
did,
saying it's going to be a major one,
I just said
a major
it's
Japanese?
no, what I said it'll be Japanese. That's where they don't have any play. And if they could go after Capcom, pay that money, because I would love to have that for them to have the whole Resident Evil franchise under their belt.
You going crazy with Capcom. You talking about
I
fighting
I don't know if I
games.
want that.
You talking about Resident Evil. You talking about
Street
old Power
Fighter.
Stone.
What I'm saying is it
Talking
would
about a
be,
lot.
but how much you think they're worth?
I don't know, but I know
Capcom,
11 billion. No more than $12 billion.
man,
Capcom's not worth more than 12 billion.
they've been killing it though for the
Or
last 10
Sega.
years.
Or Sega.
Yep, 12.2 billion USD.
Capcom
They
has
won't
been
do it, but
hitting it up the park
this
a
is
little bit.
No. Capcom has been knocking home runs out every which way they
Yeah,
can.
A little bit, a little
last
bit.
year, last year they were 9.23 billion compared to this year.
Maybe they've been knocking it out the park a little bit with that Street Fighter.
Resident
Shoot.
Evil.
And then they came out with the collector's editions, and don't forget Power Stone, the collector's edition,
Yeah.
the one with
Well,
Power Stone 1 and 2 about to drop.
that just goes back to what I'm saying is that you don't blame Microsoft, blame Sony for creating the monster that they created. I kept telling people, and OG, you should remember, I was like, if Microsoft ever starts spending money, people don't understand. People always wanted to say Microsoft was trying to fight Sony, or no, they weren't. Sony, people need to understand. Sony is not never. Sony is not in the big leagues. They're in the little league. Yeah, they make money from games, but they can't compete with Microsoft, and they know it.
Mm-mm.
Microsoft is worth 3 point something trillion. Sony is not even worth a half a trillion, and they don't have as much
Xbox is their
cash
pet
on.
project.
Yeah,
It's a pet project.
well, now that they got Call of Duty, that franchise and all that the gaming division brought in what, $3 billion or $4 billion in a quarter. If they hit $12 billion a year, that's what they're looking for. Microsoft is looking for the Xbox division, the gaming division, however you choose to call it. They're looking at them to bring in at least 10 billion to 15 billion a year over the next 5 years. That's what they're looking at. Because when you got the cloud service bringing in 20 to 30 billion a year, and that you go cloud and Azure and what's LinkedIn tied to, all that, they're bringing in money. Oh yeah, they're looking at Xbox to pay. That's why they went multi-plat a lot. But it's just like if they can say, okay, again, I keep telling people, I don't, if they are going to keep Game Pass at $19, and it's also because of the fact that they can subsidize PlayStation people paying for it, I have no problem with it. Keep my prices low. I don't care. You got you got my
My price is low.
yeah. I pay 19.99 a month, and I'm good till the end of this year. I'm good. So no, I can care less. I don't have a problem with a 20-year-old, almost 20-year-old game going to PlayStation. How is that gonna
Yeah.
hurt me? And Sony is a stupid company because they should be like, we're not gonna let them do this to us and get away with it. We're gonna put Spider-Man on the Xbox. It will sell 3
Oh
million
my
copies.
goodness! If they put Spider-Man on the Xbox, I'm streaming, playing that all day.
I'm
Ooh, give
telling
me
you, the
that.
game. I'm telling you,
Get
the
your
game.
percentage.
I
Days
wouldn't even say
Gone, give me that.
no.
Bloodborne,
Just Spider-Man. Spider-Man would sell. I would guarantee you.
gangbusters,
It would
gangbusters. Just
sell.
Spider-Man
I'm going to
alone
be.
sell gangbusters.
I am just conservative to say 3 million. That game would probably sell. It would probably sell 5 million within a year. I would say in the first month that game's going to sell over 1 million, easy,
Yeah, definitely. Easy.
and they could sell it for
Easy.
16.
Gangbusters.
And it's nothing to do. There's no repro. I mean, there's some porting to do, but it's not. We're still in the same architecture, so to speak. So anyway, got off target topic, but it's funny to me.
I don't
Okay.
believe people don't understand. Like, if they give access to their games, they'll make more money now. I don't understand this
See, I
concept.
think Sony needs to understand they can't destroy Xbox anymore. They wanted to, there's nothing they can do now. So they may as well say, you know what, we may as well put a game out there because there's nothing they can do. Now, people don't also remember that court case is finally solved. And I think that's another reason why uh, no one can say Microsoft is going to keep all the games to themselves because they're putting games everywhere. So what regulator would say, oh, we're going to block them? What are the grounds to block them?
They can't.
There you go. There's no grounds because it can't say like Sony
They're
said
sharing
beginning.
their catalog everywhere.
There's no, like I said, there's no. That's why I said it's going to be a play by the end of the year. There's going to be a play if the economy keeps going, and the tariffs don't destroy everything. If the economy keeps the way it's going by the end of the year, Microsoft is going to make a play. I don't know who it's going to be, but I would say it's going to be a Japanese company. They're going to make a play. People keep saying Take Two. I'm like, no, they're not going to buy Take Two. Take Two is $40 billion company. Not that they don't have the money. I just don't think they feel like going through the regulators again. Because the regulators would, I think, would say, no, you're getting too big. You probably own 30 to 40% of the market. They'd be like, no. And then to me, they would be too heavily dependent on gaming anyway.
I
So I
I
wouldn't.
think I think GTA is GTA then outgrew Take Two also.
I think,
Mm,
yeah, GTA outgrew Take Two, but I think Take Two is too heavily dependent on GTA. If
hmm
spent
Yeah.
$2 billion to make that game, the game looks good. I mean, I
And the
saw,
fact that how they did Red Dead Redemption 2, that irritated me so deeply.
yeah, I see that. That's
They were supposed to bring out DLC for the story and all that to link it to the game that came previously with John Marston. But man, they messed that up.
Well, there you go, right there. See, there you go, right there. They hampering other games for GTA.
Literally. Because they canceled a lot of the DLC online and offline. And even for GTA 5. Because GTA 5 was supposed to have more story DLC, but they put it all into the online because it was making so much money.
true. Well, like I said, I just don't understand what they're going to do. I just think sometimes you depend on something, and that's all you got. If it fails, you're doomed. But we'll see.
They got so caught up,
Yep. Okay, so
and they
let's
make
try
great
these.
games.
Who? Who?
Ooh.
Oh, gee, who makes great games?
2K.
Name one outside of
Borderlands.
Mafia.
Borderlands.
Outside. Oh, well, now that's because they bought the company, right? Okay.
When they had more variety in their catalog, they made a bunch of good games. Remember the tabletop tennis game, like you said, Red Dead Redemption and GTA. They got a few more in there,
Well,
right?
I stopped playing Red Dead Redemption. It's because I couldn't stand the gun mechanics. Yeah, I'm like, come on. If you're gonna make a Western shooter, make the gun mechanics where you can actually hit a target. But that's just me. All right, we're gonna tie these two subjects together. The Asus ROG Ally. Did y'all see the pictures? And console prices will increase. And the reason why I'm gonna link them to the two together because of the tariffs, where there was just supposedly an agreement and the tariffs, some agreement, supposed agreement coming out with the tariffs. And the Xbox handheld supposedly is going to debut this summer. If that's the case, and if tariffs are released, what do you guys think that's going to cost? And that's supposed to have what, 32 gigs of memory, 32 gigs of RAM.
It may be a bad play to release it this year. I'm really starting to think that.
Okay, everybody, real quick, give me a price. Jazz price. No, that
The
Xbox handheld.
Xbox
Yeah.
version of it. The Xbox
Uh,
version.
I want to say,
How much is the regular Rogue price range?
what was
One
that,
terabyte,
Uh,
250?
2 terabyte.
no, the ROG Ally was what, 599?
599?
For what's that?
Yeah.
The
So I'm going to
five
say,
terabyte, 5 megabyte, or the 1 terabyte that you just said 599?
I
I'm going
think that was the terabyte.
That was
The
that
terabyte.
was a
Okay.
terabyte.
Five
to
ninety nine for a
say
terabyte.
649. But that's still
Okay.
insane coming out of my mouth. Golly.
Well, hold on, Jazz. Hold on. I cannot believe you say that's insane. But no one said the Switch 2 was insane. Work
I
with me on
did.
I said
I
the Switch 2 was
said.
insane. What are you talking about? No.
that.
I ain't the one that went out and bought it and hunted it down. Everybody
They didn't
turned
have
in the room.
they didn't. I didn't get one. I didn't get one either, so I'm hurt. So we and you the same. But
Mm-hmm.
but I think it'll be justified at 700. And will they buy it? I don't know, but I think 700 is going to be the cheapest they can get it out because of tariffs and pending tariffs and things of that nature. I don't think it's going to get that much cheaper, especially when Nintendo, was bold as they were, And I told you guys they were going to do what they were going to do, make that thing as expensive as possible, and they did. So that the low end 699, I think, and the high end one with the 64 gigs of RAM, they said 999.
Whew, you stand 1,000.
Basically.
Dang.
Mm. For a
People gonna buy it.
handheld.
Mm.
People already proved that they'll purchase it. So I don't see why you
You know
flinching
what's
like
funny?
that.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing because you got the Switch too. If I
Hmm.
and it is barely can do certain things, and it has the NVIDIA chip in it that's doing a DLSS that makes it play games that look better and all that. But um, and it's going to have a good battery life. Yeah, I give it that. But I would still take a handheld, more powerful handheld over that Switch.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely.
Especially one like that could play the games that I'm already into.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
right, and that's another thing. The
And then
games that I already
some.
have in my library.
And it's a
Like I like the
PC on
Switch
top
for
of that.
like
Yeah, true that. True that.
I like the Switch for like party games and when people come over who really don't game, they could come over and play it. It's on the TV downstairs. Come over and play the game, But my serious gaming is, I be seeing OG over there on his Rogue. I be peering over like, what you playing over there? Let me get that. He like, I'm just powering it on, looking at it real quick.
Hmm. You're right. He playing video games. I'm telling. But
I ain't never seen it. He actually, I have. He'll go on lunch and over there and play Monster Hunter in front of
That's what it's for.
Mhm.
the
Man,
I
I'm
ain't
I'm
mad.
going I'm gonna say though, I'm gonna go 800 and 650.
Okay, that
I had
sounds
a feel,
reasonable.
I had a feeling the one was gonna say a grand. I'm gonna say
Oh yeah, I was gonna
806.
say if they come out with a 64 gig one, because you remember uh, on those the SoCs you have the memory and it's not the GPU memory, so they have to use both the CPU and the GPUs. They're using the same memory for the graphics and the game, so they have to share the memory. So 64 gigs seems like it's a good. I think it's not going to be 64. I think everyone said it's going to be 64. I think 32. 16 game it takes 16 and the graphics card utilize 16 shared memory. That'd be nice. So we'll see. But I and then like I said, with the if these tariff situation doesn't get worked out, then all bets are off for what anything's going to cost because I don't see price.
They'll get worked out. They'll get worked out
Yeah, people ain't gonna buy, and then things are gonna be forced into a situation where things have to get worked out. Of course.
because they ain't doing nothing but going around in circles.
But since what Microsoft should have did since they raised the price of the uh, Xbox Series S, they should just offer Call of Duty with Xbox Series S. Call it a day. That's what they can get away with. Instead of, if they
That's
raise prices, say, oh, don't worry about it. We giving you 5 free games. And they could do that out of their catalog and still get away with it.
yeah, that's how you do that.
And then say, oh, they're in Game Pass too. So they'll sign up for Game Pass and then they end up using Game Pass and stay glued to Game Pass, really giving them the games doesn't make a difference because they're already in Game Pass. They're gonna pay the money right back in a year. But they don't listen to
Giving
me.
up 5 games, you still got some value there.
Right. That means it's all under the guise of value. If Microsoft can say, "Oh, yeah, we had to raise the prices, but in lieu of raising the prices, we're going to give you some free games." They can give you Halo Infinite. Doesn't matter. It's an old game. What is it? They can give you Hellblade 2. Doesn't matter. Game came out last year. Who does that hurt? It's the perception of value. And they could do that for the fall. And they could get away with it. They can say 5 old games. Here's the digital name, a digital code. 5 games, value of $200, and you can get the Xbox. And we still gonna give you 1 month of Game Pass. Tell me that doesn't make sense. If you have to raise the prices with tariffs, they would kill it. Are you driven?
Yeah.
But we'll see how this plays out because I don't know. I'm not gonna predict anything when it comes to tariffs because a person to tell you one thing and lie in your face and then something is going to be different and the tariffs are going to be right back on. So I don't know. We'll see. But
Playing round and round, bring around the
yeah,
rosy.
yeah. And then we had this article, and this goes back into what I want to say. Xbox embraces backwards compatibility. What do y'all think about that for the next gen console? And tell me what you think because it goes with the Xbox handheld and the next gen console. Why? Could anyone tell me why
Tell me
they want to
why.
go with backwards compatibility?
Well,
Shoot,
that's
your
one
library is
thing.
always full.
There you go. Then the game preservation, right?
Yeah.
And so if they can somehow keep the backwards compatibility, game preservation, and get this, I'm gonna call it one OS, meaning you can play your Xbox games on your PC game on that Xbox handheld or the new Xbox, your Xbox PC games or whatever, they're gonna knock it out the park because then you only have to go to one place. And if I can play it in the cloud or whatever, it's a great thing.
You have shoot that next generation come out. You'll be looking at almost 30 years of games. You
Exactly.
know,
There you go.
infinite.
And you got to understand the security that goes under that because you always want to have somebody that's looking at where you develop a new code. Somebody's always trying to circumvent it to make sure they can steal it and get it for free or somehow create a hole in the system, meaning a vulnerability that allows you to play the game and discover a vulnerability. Let me say it that way. That allows you access to code or change or manipulate code or to get access and be able to circumvent again to play a game that you don't own or pirated games more easy. That's the word I want to go. But I want to stay away from the word piracy.
Mm.
But we'll see. I think in next summer, let's bet OG. The next summer we're going to see the new Xbox and new Xbox plan handheld because the handheld they got coming out is not made by them, not designed by them.
It's just
The,
when the Xbox name.
that's it. And I don't have a problem with that
That's
because if they can see my scare is with this Xbox handheld and Xbox everywhere is that Microsoft still is one of the worst companies in the world at marketing anything. I can turn on a basketball game and I'll see something about PlayStation. I can turn on this and see something about Nintendo on TV. I'm not talking about social media sites and all this and YouTube and all that crap. No, I'm talking about where I watch TV like the Science Channel. I don't see anything Microsoft related. I see Copilot on some certain things, but the Xbox division is always the worst. And the reason they talk about game, I don't even know if this was a ploy for them not to even pump Xbox up because I don't see anything about and they're saying Xbox sales are falling as far as the Xbox. Well, you can't buy what you don't know.
you don't even
Yeah.
advertise the thing. That's why I
That's
don't
my
get.
that's my
Not at
point. I
all.
said you
I
cannot
don't get
buy
what
what you
you're saying.
don't know. And I don't get them totally focused on they say, oh, we're focused on social media where the kids are. Kids don't have money, the parents do. And I would always focus the parents. So when the kid brings it up to the parent, they say, oh, I know what it is. Yeah, it's a good value. It's hard trying to convince a parent of something that they don't see value in. But if they see it and understand it, then they're like, oh, okay. But we'll see. We will see. And that being
Yep.
said, I can guarantee you we'll see something next summer about all of it, but we'll see. Not this summer, but next summer. And our last topic, Doom. Doom, Doom, Doom. You all getting it, downloaded, ready to play?
Mine is downloading as we speak.
Everybody ready to go on that. It's looking good though, huh?
I pre-ordered it. I'm going to play tonight for 5 minutes before I go to bed.
Really?
Just 5.
I hear it has a parry system in it.
Yeah, it does. It has a parry system. It looks good. It looks gonna like it's gonna be fun to play. Um, OG, let me know. I'm leaving town for Memorial Day. So OG, let me. I know you. It's the reason why I'm saying OG because I know he's going to do what I know he's going to do what I'm about to say. Let me know how it plays on the handheld.
Okay.
Were you going to do that already? Were you going to download on the handheld? Yes or no?
I, I always try them out on the LI just to see
Yeah.
how they feel.
Yeah. What I
So
don't
yeah, I
like
do
on
it.
yeah, let me know because I want to download it before I leave town. I downloaded Oblivion on it, and I'm gonna have to do some tweaking because it doesn't feel as smooth on that my Lenovo Legion Go. It doesn't feel as smooth.
Yeah, I liked it Oblivion on the Xbox. I didn't like it on the Ally.
Okay, so
I
we on the
didn't.
same page then.
Yeah, I didn't like it on the Ally.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I deleted it. I'm like, I downloaded this big game. I have to delete it. So I'm gonna download. I'm gonna download after you let me know how Doom plays because I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for only 5 minutes tonight. I gotta get up. I gotta get up at 3:30 in the morning. So 3:15. I forgot. I'm going in the office tomorrow. So yeah, I gotta get up at 3:15.
Uh-oh.
I know, right?
Yep.
Look at that
Don't
shit.
laugh because I don't want to do it. But anyway,
Yeah,
looks
we
good.
used to hearing that stuff.
Yeah. But I'm gonna play the game. I think it looks good. I'm gonna play it tonight for 5 minutes. I'm gonna play for at least a good minute just to see how it plays. And I'm
You
gonna
may get
stream it
wrapped up
tomorrow.
in it.
Nah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm trust and
Just five
believe me.
minutes. That's all you allow.
That's
I'm
all
a
it
lie.
takes.
Okay, I'm a lie. Okay, okay. Let me change it. I'm gonna play at least 15 minutes because I want to at least see how
All
it
right.
feels.
Hit that
I will be.
vein. Hit that vein.
Yeah, I will be streaming it. I will be. I will stream it tomorrow though. Trust and believe. I'm gonna stream it for a high 5 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have tonight. And I do apologize. It was me who put everybody behind. I don't like putting people behind. Usually, I'm always ready to go an hour to. My PC is already ready. If we start at 7, my PC is up and ready, waiting for everybody to join at 6. So this was all me screwing it up. But I apologize. Hey, and we'll be here next week. Memorial Day is the Monday following. We will not be podcasting next week, next to the Monday of Memorial Day. So we'll let everybody know. But everyone, we hadn't said this. Please like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter or wherever we are. And I know Jazzy Mo is going to tell you what day she's streaming. Sir Rich is going to tell you what day he's streaming, and I'll be streaming uh, tomorrow when I get home from the office. I'm trying to leave the office at 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the office at 1. So I should be able to get home by 3. Yeah. And then I'll be able to stream by at least by 4 o'clock. Rough life. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know where I'm going, OG. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Like and subscribe. And we're going to do our outros again. It was all my mistake tonight. I screwed it up. I apologize, but we will do better next week. And Jazz, you almost done with school?
Well, yeah, today was officially my last day.
Oh,
So,
Lions and Tigers,
yeah.
Bears. Oh my! Oh, speaking of which, that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I am going to, while I'm at the office, I'll download it on my PC, Doom, and I'll make new coverage of me playing so we can have it on the stream.
Oh, that sounds good.
Try. Yeah, I'll try. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for listening to us tonight. If you know anybody else, please let everybody else know about us. We're trying to grow, but let everyone else and Jazz, where since you put me up first, okay, you can find me on Twitter. Yeah, you can Yeah, you find me on Twitter. You can find me as the one on Xbox, and I'll be streaming tomorrow. You can find me on PlayStation as the one. I won't be streaming there, but the Gamers DMZ, and I have a lot of content up on the Gamers DMZ for Elden Ring. I just do a lot of Elden Ring stuff, so please go there when you get a chance and check it out. And thank you, Jazz. And next we will go with Sir Rich. Where can we
Me-
find you?
You can find me on Twitter or X under Sir Rich. You can find me at Facebook under Sir Rich Gaming. You can find me on Twitch as well as Sir Rich. I'm be streaming on Wednesday. I'm gonna try and get on this Wednesday, but definitely Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays you'll catch me. Saturdays and Sundays has been the days I've definitely been on. Kind of iffy on Fridays and kind of iffy on Wednesdays, depending on how the work day going and what kind of yard work I got to do. And you can catch me on YouTube as Sir Rich as well. I have a ton of videos. I got some reacts on there as well. And you can find me
I
here
saw
on Mondays.
Jazzy's.
What? Which one?
Didn't know.
South of Midnight or what?
Yeah.
Or her box? Was it her box?
No, that was Cyberpunk. I
I
do
was just
need to
talking
make
about the box.
some South of Midnight clips.
Okay.
Were you done?
So, OG,
Yep.
where can we find you?
You can find me here every Monday with the rest of the crew.
Okay. All right. So, Jazz, last but not least, Jazzy out of school. How much more? How much longer you got? How much more you got to go before you graduate?
Since it's a different program entirely, it's going to be a total of 2 years if I finish it out.
All right. Keep
First
going.
degree's in culinary arts, so this one's a total 360 degree. So, but one step at a time.
Yep.
But,
That's all you can do.
yep. You can
All
find
right.
me
So,
here with everybody when we have our podcast. Also, YouTube, I got a bunch of new clips up there. Go check me out. Gonna be pumping some more out now that I have more time to do things, so that's lovely. Also on X, Facebook, and Twitch, of course, and Instagram. I need to make an Instagram icon, but all Jazzy Moto. So, yep. And I'll be
Okay.
streaming Wednesday, hopefully, and definitely this weekend.
all right. So that being said, we're gonna leave it to our host, Serge, to take us out of here.
Oh, so say hello. Hello,
Holla,
everybody. Hello,
holla,
hello,
holla,
hello.
holla, 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 holla.